What's going on, people? Back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the state of NCAA 14 as far as my dynasties goes. I have two dynasties going on. One that involves the Georgia Bulldogs. The other one involves the Georgia Southern Eagles. A little more in tune with the Bulldogs one, and I'll address that later. But if you have been watching any of the videos that I put on the channel, you would know kind of how the season is going. Unfortunately, I have been fairly busy with, just life and everything. So I haven't been able to stream the games that I want to. So it was just much easier for me to just upload the games that I play. I plan on getting back to that because I feel like the games are okay without commentary, but the commentary is really needed, and I like showing off this game in a light where authentic football is on display. And with some EA football titles, well, I'll say most of them lately, it's kind of difficult to do so because it lacks a lot of things that we would like to see. But you can get some good football out of these games, even in later titles, but we'll talk about that another time as well. So if you look on the screen, I was number 4 at the time of this video, and I moved up to number 2 after the win against Auburn. My team is not as dominant as I want it to be. We do have a lot of talent on this team, a lot. Mark Rick is still my coach, and a lot of things have been going on as far as this season. It's a lot of ups and downs, even though that we're 9-1, and now I'll show you why. Just not have been a dominant performance when it comes to my team. So as you can see, you can look at some of the scores, and you can see like we started off, very well. But like the last, let's say ever since week 6, it's been a struggle. You see, we lost to Tennessee at Tennessee. They're finally ranked, even though they're 5-4. They played us very well that game, and if you can see, we even tried to come back, but we ended up losing because the second and third quarter they shut us out, and they put us pretty much in a real bad position. This game is on the channel if you want to go back and look at this game. It was one of our most sloppy, one of the worst games. It was a sloppy game. 1-8 Missouri, 38-24, a lot closer than that should have been for a 1-6 team. The same thing, they put up 18 points on us in the fourth quarter, which was really abysmal. I mean, we had them dead to rights, and they just found a way to come back. And even though we won by 14, but still, we should have single-handedly beat them. Vanderbilt is a really good team that I'm trying to figure out why Tennessee. Well, I kind of understand why Tennessee is ranked because they did beat us, but Vanderbilt is not, and they're 7-3. This is a very good team, and the 30-10 score does not tell the whole story. Because even though we shut them out in the second half, they put up a pretty good fight for the most part throughout the game. This is another game that you can go back and look at. They have a phenomenal quarterback. Gonzalez is a really good quarterback. As you can see here, even though he threw 2 picks, he completed 69% of his passes. I think he's a really good quarterback. And like I said, the team played us very well, despite us we beat them by 20. Now look at this game here, Florida. They're 2-6 in the division, 2-7 overall, 30-28. Now this is a game that I wanted to put up on the channel as well. I wasn't thinking, and basically I was not recording at the time. Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, I'll show you what happened here. We literally had to come back and win this game. They were up on us by a good bit. If you can see here in the fourth quarter, we really had to come back and win. The fourth quarter, we were down. I can't remember how much we were down, but even though obviously we was down. What is this? 14-7. I think it was bigger than that at one point in the middle of the fourth quarter. But we ended up coming back and basically with a 28-yard field goal to win the game. So we were down up until the last seconds of that game. And I think we completed a pass down the field with like 10 seconds left or something like that. Their quarterback, Jake Matthews, is a pretty good quarterback as well. The SEC is loaded with quarterback talent this year. And we like playing down to our competition. Is either that or something happened with the Tennessee game to where we just was not in sync after that game, because we've been struggling for everything ever since. Now the Auburn game that one I just talked about, we moved up to number 4 after these 3 wins. We dropped down to number 7, and with the Auburn game, we was pretty dominant in this game. They end up scoring late in the beginning of the fourth quarter or something like that. Yeah, in the beginning of the fourth quarter, they end up scoring after the first minute or whatever. But I mean, the game was pretty much in hand by then. We did okay. Quarterback play was really nice. We threw for 308, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. We completed 70% of our passes. One thing about this game I did not like, though, was the running game. You can look at this here. Jefferson did not get off at all, averaging 3 yards a carry. That just was not good enough. I could have gave the ball the Brad White. That probably would have done something a little bit better with him, but we just did not do any really well in the running game. The passing game, we did okay. Lambert had 9 catches for 139. That was pretty good. But when you look over here to Auburn, we just got them on turnovers. They weren't able to do anything in the red zone, so that's how we pretty much end up winning this game. But like I said, our next couple of games we play Kentucky, and we have a big one against Georgia Tech. Now, I expect Georgia Tech to continue to be in the top 5. We can look at Georgia Tech real quick. Let's see, Georgia Tech. Yeah. Well, maybe not. They did just get finished beating Pittsburgh. Well, let me take that back. No, they play Pittsburgh next. Which Pittsburgh just beat Virginia Tech. As Virginia Tech is down to number 7. They were number 1. And they have a brutal schedule. Jeez. If they can win these next 2, they may possibly even be number 1 going up against us. Because number 1 right now is USF, University of Southern Florida. I think I passed them. I think South Florida is, no, here you go, UCF, USF. These are the guys that are number 1 right now, and they play FCS East, Temple, and UCF. With the strength of schedule that Georgia Tech has, if Georgia Tech wins the next 2, we could be playing the number 1 team in the country. So that's going to be a showdown that I'm definitely going to either put on the channel, or I'm going to try my best to live stream that. So that's going to be really interesting to see when it comes down the road to that time. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So that's pretty much what's going on with this Dynasty right now. We're going through a bye week, and we will hop on the rest of this Dynasty shortly. Probably I'll play a few games or whatever. If it's good enough, I'll probably end up putting it up, or hell, I may even live stream it, no telling. Everything is, as far as recruiting, is going pretty well. Jonathan Coles is right here. That looks good. Got him coming to the team after Paul Butler leaves. Let's see. Sean Dean, another good running back coming out of California. I did get one of the fullbacks. Paul Berry is not coming to the school, but I got Kellen Cook. He's a fullback. I'm not too worried about his skill set too much. Look at the scouting. I mean, he's not that good. We can scout him for 100. He's a bust. Yeah, I mean, he's a 50 overall. So maybe I can, train him up to be something. But he's a fullback. I'm not too worried about him. You can look at some other people that we have here. I didn't recruit any wide receivers. I have a pretty good receiving corps. Steve Walker, tight end, 4-star. None of the tackles are coming my way. The ones I wanted. I got same thing with the guards. I don't have any offensive. I mean, my offensive linemen are stacked, so I'm not really too big on that. Same thing with my receivers. So I have one. Matt Jones is coming, 3-star out of Easley, South Carolina. Claude Boone. I may end up trying to go after him still. I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty good close fight between us and Ohio State. But I already got Joey Reed out of our backyard in Athens. Adam Burke, out of Rome. 2 guys straight from Georgia. Look like they're going to be okay. On defensive tackles, I did get Richard Brock out of Lawrenceville. So I'm getting a lot of guys out of Georgia, which is really good. Andy Riley looked like he may end up going to Florida. I may not even try to pursue him any longer because I'm already loaded there as well. Outside linebacker Philip Kirby, 3-star, and I got another Quentin Howell. I just go ahead and max those 2 out. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pull those. Let's see, middle linebacker. I did get Deshaun Darby out of Missouri. He wanted to go to ULM, which was pretty interesting. He wanted to go to Louisiana Monroe. And I got AJ Williams out of Fairfax, Virginia. So running the 4.25. So that may be really vital to get these 2 guys. That would be really neat. Dennis Green locked us out. He wasn't really impressed with our visit, so he came to visit and decided he didn't want to come to us. So it looked like he's going to end up going to NC State or North Carolina. Terry Suggs, I got him locked up, 4-star free safety out of North Dakota of all places, 6'3", 216. Kevin White and John Washington. I think I'm gonna let John Washington go to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and let him go to Alabama. I'm not gonna pursue him anymore. And I'm going to put all my money on Kevin White. I want him to come to us. And I think that's going to be pretty interesting having him there along with Terry Suggs. See how that plays out. A couple of athletes here. I didn't find them very interesting. So I'm just going to leave that at that. So that's where I'm at with the Georgia Dynasty. And it looks like I'm headed in a pretty good direction, but it could be better. But I'm not the one to complain. So look like that's where we're going to be. And we're going to jump to the Georgia Southern Dynasty. And we're going to talk about that one next. All right, now we're to my Georgia Southern Dynasty. And the reason why I say I'm more in tune with the Georgia one, because Georgia Southern, we run a spread option. And if you know anything about this game, you can make the option very, very overpowered in this game. I mean, very overpowered. And I kind of don't want to get away from Georgia Southern's offense, because to me, it just won't feel right. Now, the problem with that is with this offense, I can probably beat anybody. And for me, I don't know. I want to continue to run this. I don't have a problem running this dynasty, but it kind of gets a little lackluster for me when it gets to knowing that I can beat anybody and everybody. It really gets kind of bad at some point. But let's look at the week. Let's look at what's going on so far. Now, last year, I won the Rose Bowl. I beat Stanford in the Rose Bowl, and I worked for that. I think I only lost I think I lost 2 games or something like that. But I worked for that. And before I go, let me see if I can go to the trophy case. Maybe I can pull that up. Let's go to the trophy room and see if I can find it. Let's not look at Rose Bowl, Las Vegas. No, there's the Rose Bowl right there. And I beat that beating Stanford. I won that beating Stanford. It was pretty cool. Got New Orleans Bowl. That was in another dynasty. And I miss playing on my New Mexico Lobos. That was a great dynasty. But let's just get back to this dynasty right here. Like I said, it's fun running this, this dynasty. Playing with my team. I love it, but it comes at a cost at times. It just feels like it's too easy at times. Now, when you look at what we see here. I beat LSU. I lost to LSU 31-6. I think I got that on this channel as well. Also, the Minnesota game, I ended up beating them. Wow, they're 0-5. Wow. But I ended up beating them. That was a pretty good game. The Ball State game, that may be on this channel as well. I think I got all their games on this channel. But I ended up beating them in overtime. That was a really tough game. And I know what I said earlier, like it's so easy to beat teams. It don't look that easy to outdo it. But the Duke game was a classic. That was another one that's on the channel as well. Very good game. But this is the game that kind of made me feel kind of wonky by playing this, because I beat this team 76-7. And when you look at this, it was not fun to me. I beat him so bad, it was like really, it just felt terrible. As you can see, I ran the ball very well. I ran 52 times for 576. And with Shy Works, only threw the ball, 4 out of 5 times. Completed 1 for a touchdown. You can see up there, Shy Works had 22 carries for 297. Matt LaRoche also had 118. JD King had 9 for 40. Wesley Kennedy had 6 for 45. We just ran all over ULM. ULM had no answer for us. Receiving, it was not much of nothing. But this is what I mean. It's like, even with most of these games, you can look and see where we ran the ball very well. And that's our offense. We run the ball very well. Even with us against Minnesota, we ran for 175, if you see right there, but we only threw 3 for 9. That's just how this offense rolls. Against Ball State, same thing. We Georgia Southern runs the ball. 54 carries for 236, passing 7 for 1390 yards. Shy Wirtz 7 to 1390 yards. He also ran for 65. JD King had 21 carries for 92, 2 touchdowns. But I kind of have a little bit more fun running the Georgia Dynasty, even though this one is still more of a uphill battle. I don't know, maybe because, just like I said, the running the option is really, really overpowered. But I want to continue to run this Dynasty. I love it. I love playing with this team. I have all the other teams on here. You can see right there, Tua is the top passer. And you see that. You know how that is. But we'll get into that on another time. But I do plan on to continue to stream this this Dynasty. I'm number 20. I only lost to LSU. And it's kind of weird that I'm number 20. I guess because of the other teams that I beat as well. But we can look at some recruiting real quick. And as you can see, I'm not picking up too many guys that are like bona fide like studs. But right here I got Omar Carey, 3-star running back out of East Braden, Florida. think he has a little bit of speed to him. He's more of a balanced running back. I tried to get some speed guys in here, but it looked like he's not as fast as I thought he would be. Fullback, Derek Reed is going to Georgia Tech. Okay, let's see. Wide receivers. I did get Brad Smith, 6'4", 196 out of Noonan, Georgia. Now, one thing I said I was going to do, I was going to try to mix it up with some more passing because, like I said, the offense, I don't want to mix it up too much because we run the option, but the way that, college football is, I think I need to continue to run more of a spread option. And I need some receivers. Stevenson look like he's going to Appalachian State. Michael Cooper look like we can get him as well. So, we probably could show some love to the receivers if they can come through. Lee McCollum, like we want to pull him from High Point, Florida. This one is a struggle to pull. Look like he's going to be pretty good as well. So that's good to see that we may get him. Ryan Tunis going to Coastal Carolina. Okay. As far as tackles, we've been having trouble getting some guys that have come here to play tackle for us. Which it's kind of a bummer because we do need some tackles. I think for the most part the guards, same thing. We having the same issue for the most part. We're not getting anybody to come through. I know last recruiting class we did pretty good, so hopefully they can hold up. Brandon Smith from Hawaii, he's all the way from Hawaii. Look like we could probably pull him. Logan Thompson's another one, so we're going to get some guys from edge rushers. Hopefully they will pan out for us, a couple of 3-star recruits. Patrick Bullock, I don't think he's going to be coming to us. Greg Rhodes, another one, and got David Pittman going to Pitt. I think that's pretty cool. So, I mean, it's a little struggle for us for being a smaller school, but this right here is the one that I hope that we get. Booker Hall is trying to come to Georgia Southern. 5-star recruit out of Santa Monica, California. We're in the lead on some top schools, Florida State, Nebraska. They're in the hunt. We scouted him. Very good speed. Pretty decent tackler. Good hit power. Nice pursuit. Play recognition is not the best, but look like we can work with what we got. Whatever he got going on here, we really would like to pull him. The only problem is you see this right here. He's going to Florida State after week 13. That could be an issue. So the main thing is we would want to try to get him ASAP before he even takes that trip. So we'll see how that goes. Brandon Wiggins is going to Georgia Tech as well. Brady Dunn is the backup person if we don't get Booker Hall. So, looks like he's not going to be here with us. We're going to get rid of him. And we're going to move him because we're not going to get him. We're 2008, 55 behind. So, I'm going to put some more time into Brady Dunn. On top of that, we're going to scout him. Oh, we're only 50% scout. I can't scout him anymore. Okay, we'll just max him out right there. Lee Phillips. Let's try to give him some love. We're right behind Alabama. Don't know how that's gonna play out, but it's good to let him know that we're interested in him. Couple of cornerbacks here. Stephen Lake. That's gonna be good because Kendall Villador and McQuavian Brentson is leaving, so these two guys can come in and probably help us out. TJ Ingram. I like that name. That's a good football name. Stephen Lake. Okay, we'll see about getting those two guys. Look like they're going to come to us. Sorry, Georgia State. You know what it is. Strong safeties. Robert Madison. Chris Crosby. Two pretty nice looking guys. Right? I may move one to free safety possibly. More looking like Chris Crosby. Maybe try to move him to free safety. If we do end up getting both of these guys. As far as a kicker, we do need a good kicker to check for Tyler Bass because Tyler Bass is leaving. Derek Pierce don't want to come to us from out of Fort Stewart. He's right down the street. Don't want to come to us. So hopefully Willie Montoya out of Texarkana, Texas. Hopefully he'll come to us. Looking like from the way he kicks, look like he's going to be pretty good. Kicking 77, accuracy 77. Not bad for a freshman or a high school guy coming in. We'll see how that plays out. Now, the athletes. Now, this is going to be really interesting. Robert Jackson, 6'2", 182 out of Pell City, Alabama. Looks like he really wants to come here. Everything check mark on the board. Not necessarily proximity to home, but everything else looks good. Looking at his scouting, speed 91, acceleration 93. He can catch. He has good pursuit. Not too big on tackling. I don't see anything on tackle. Nope. So it's possible that he could possibly be a running back. Look like he can catch in traffic, possibly a receiver as well. Because he can catch and catch in traffic and got good route running skills. So he may end up being a receiver. 6'2", 182. Now look at this kid here. Phil Thompson, 5'11", 184 out of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Not too far from where Shaw Wirtz is from. Look at this kid scouting. His speed is 88. His acceleration is 91. His throwing power is 85. His throwing accuracy is 88. His spin move is 81. His juke move is 81. His elusiveness is 87. I'm possibly looking at the backup for Shaw Wirtz when Shaw Wirtz decides to leave. Probably I think he's leaving after this year. He's a senior. So I'm looking at possibly the guy that's going to take his place, especially for the option game. And looks like we are way ahead. Nobody is looking at this kid. Look like we going to have him in the bag. So this is going to be very interesting to see if he comes to the school, which looks like he is. Because, like I said, we look at the quarterback situation. We do have some good quarterbacks here. But I just think that with his skill set, it's possible that he could take the starting job right away. So overall, this is what we're looking at here. We're looking at my Georgia Southern Dynasty. They're all looking pretty good for the most part. I might have changed my mind about how I feel about this Georgia Southern Dynasty. Because, like I said, the option does feel a little OP. Maybe it was that one game at ULM that made me feel kind of suspect about it, because I ran all over this team. They could not stop us. So you can clearly see right here, 76-7. We ran for 576. It kind of made me think, am I running over everybody? But when you look at the rest of the schedule, not so much. You look at the rest of my schedule and it's been a dogfight for all my other games. So maybe I was just wilding at that one time, and we'll be playing the Raging Cajuns next. So I hope you guys, I know this is a pretty long video, but I hope you guys stayed to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you, let me know how you guys feel. Give me a like, subscribe. If you don't like it, dislike it anyway. It's all good. And I hope you stick around for the Dynasty games that I do play. Like I said, I do plan on going live with them once again. So hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. And I hope you guys be blessed. You guys take care. Peace.